Yes, good morning, everybody. Welcome to join our IAMCP member sharing section today. It's our honor to invite our member, Celia from SoftwareONE. She will talk about the priority and also the partnership strategies in Greater China today. So I'm the MC today. I'm Aaron, the representative from IAMCP Greater China region. And also I want to introduce our teammate to you guys, okay? The first one is the president of the IAMCP Malaysia, Joseph. Joseph, okay, yes. Thank you so much for saying hi to everybody. The second one is the
Hi.
IAMCP Malaysia, the vice president, Mr. CK Low.
Hello.
Okay. And our representative from the IMCP Greater China region, Keith. Keith, you want to say hi to everybody?
Hi, everybody.
Yes, thank you so much. And especially thank you so much for our secretary of the IMCP Greater China region, Alex, because today he's the stage manager to manage everything for us. Okay.
Hello.
So I do believe that there's a lot of things where we want to know about SoftwareONE or maybe our guest speaker, Celia. Maybe I pass the time to Celia to introduce herself and a little bit about SoftwareONE first, and then we will go into the conversation. Celia, may I pass the time to you?
Yeah, thank you, Aaron. So thanks IACMP for having me today. So my name is Celia. I'm the GCR Business and Marketing Director for SoftwareONE GCR, which is the Greater China region, including Hong Kong, China, and Taiwan. So I'm actually playing on different roles in SoftwareONE. I'm actually help to managing vendor, and a lot of company will call it alliance manager. And then I am actually managing the GCR marketing as well. And also I'm managing a lot of key accounts as well as global account, because I'm the bridge, I would say, to bridge up the overseas colleagues as well as my teammates in overseas, and then how to connect with them with our GCR team here. So if you don't mind, I would like to talk about my company, SoftwareONE. Actually, SoftwareONE is a leading global provider of end-to-end software and cloud technology solutions, established in Switzerland in year 1985. So we actually established more than 30 years already. And we are listed on Swiss stock exchange. So we're actually, the stock number is SIX. And then with an IP and technology-driven service portfolio, it enables companies to holistically develop and implement their commercial technology and digital transformation strategies. This is achieved by modernizing applications and migrating critical workload on public clouds, while simultaneously managing and optimizing the related software and cloud assets and licensing. With around 8,700 employees around the world, and selling and services delivery capabilities in more than 90 countries, 150 offices around the world. So SoftwareONE is actually providing around 65,000 business customers with software and cloud solutions from over 8,000 popular share around the world. So this is my brief introduction about SoftwareONE.
Okay, thank you, Celia. So I do believe that we have a lot of questions want to ask you, and then
Sure.
Lots of our audience is very interested to know how to so-called cooperate with you guys together, because you have the 65,000 customers globally. Okay, so maybe I pass the time to my teammate. Okay, Keith and also CK and Alex. Okay, are you ready now, Keith?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, so maybe you can start the conversation with Celia to try to get the most significant information for all those audience. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I think that as you mentioned, SoftwareONE got 65,000 of the customer in the worldwide. I just want to ask Celia regarding any strategy that you can bring this 6,500 of the customer to Greater China region, and how we can collaborate together with the another ICMCP members to collaborate with SoftwareONE to deliver the value for the customer.
Well, I would start with what actually SoftwareONE is doing. Well, as I just mentioned about SoftwareONE earlier, we're actually entering the cloud business earlier than anybody in the local markets. with the capabilities built 10 years ago from our global headquarters, and then we rolled out to regional and then now local. So we actually establishing a partnership with the 3 biggest cloud service provider, starting off with Microsoft, to help customer to use like the first generation, we call it BPOS, and then O365, and then now it's M365. And then we help our customer to move their on-premises investment to Azure. And then we actually have signed another global agreement with Amazon. And now we are a global partner with Google. So as you can see, we are actually helping, again, our customer to digitalize their journey. So we're partnering with the biggest cloud service provider. And again, a lot of customers in Asia, they don't have any idea to start with any cloud. They understand that they have to digitalize their companies, or they have to move in different horizons. As I said earlier, they not only help the companies to digitalize their technology, but they also have to commercially catering the digital transformation, as well as adoptions and I would say a user experience, things like that. So we're actually providing, we actually focus on 5 areas to help our customer to move their on-premises or on their digital transformation journey. For example, first of all, we start with discovery and assessment. Because as I said, a lot of Asia customers, they do not have any idea to start with the journey on digital transformation. So we always provide advisory and assessments to help them understand better about the environment. And then, of course, migrations, for example, lift and shift, and we will start off no matter it's greenfield or brownfield. Right. And then we also help our customer to do the application modernizations and, of course, data analysis, because in today's world, it's a big data era. So we have to help our customer to do any data analytics. Of course, security and threat protection, it's a hot topic in recent years. So we're actually providing securities and threat protection as well. And last but not least, we are starting to provide managed service around all those cloud services, because a lot of customers, they actually have a lot of resources to manage on-premises or their current licenses only. But then if they move to cloud, they do not have any knowledge, or they don't have sufficient knowledge to manage the cloud. So they always hire managed service provider like us to help them to manage the cloud services, and then they move their resources to do some more high-end or more strategical strategies for their companies.
Keith?
Yeah. So I'm sorry, I'm mute. I forgot to mute. Yeah, I think that's very cool. That's probably as what you mentioned, that as a kind of our members, that we can probably to build up a lot of the thing that's on top of this kind of account, and then your company can help us to manage it as well. I think that's a good for everyone to hear about. That's how we can using this kind of angle to collaborate with the SoftwareONE. I don't know from the another members, any questions so far?
Yes. This is CK. So by looking at the numbers of our customers and partners that you SoftwareONE has, right? It's a really big numbers. Okay. So so I believe SoftwareONE must have also some kind of partners that you work together with to help support the whole 65,000 customers worldwide. So can you let us know what type of partners are you looking for right away? Mm-hmm. For example, local, global, DevOps, etc., etc.
Sure. In fact, we believe that combined resources drive bigger customer outcomes and better customer experience. So our breadth, geographic, vertical, and segment, etc., enable how we can scale the partnership. SoftwareONE is actually launching a Partner Connect program, also named as VAR Assist program. of our comprehensive contractual agreement that support reciprocal partnering, focus on delivering comprehensive IT solution to the end user. The global program helped to reduce the risk of competitive solution to forge long-term customer relationships. Our offerings should complement each other, allowing us to service the customer more broadly and deeply. With profit sharing agreement in place, both parties participate in the success of sales and encourage future collaboration. Our non-competitive structure has clear rules of engagement, ensuring we keep the needs of the clients first. So if any partner, they are very interested to partner with us, feel free to join our Partner Connect program.
Thank you, Celia. So meaning to say that, say for example, if I'm based in Malaysia, right? So and I know to do maybe like DevOps, okay? So I can just contact SoftwareONE Malaysia, the local SoftwareONE, to join the partner program.
Yeah, you can contact our local offices near your region, so that we actually, again, this is a global program. So if you sign up, for example, in Malaysia, and if you want to collaborate with other countries other than Malaysia, then we will connect you with the correct contact within our companies.
All right, thank you, Celia. So one more question from me. Sorry to have a lot of questions.
No.
So okay. So now you have these partner programs, right? But is there any kind of partner enablement strategy or trainings that you will provide to the partners, or any kind of supports that you will give to the partners? Yeah.
Honestly, it really depends on what kind of business we are talking about. Again, if you have some sort of for example, I can remember that a lot of our partner, they do not have an ecosystem like us, because again, we have presence in more than 90 countries, and then we're starting off with cloud services 10 years ago, more than 10 years ago. So we have actually a lot of named account, or you will say a local conglomerate in the local region. So we actually have existing relationships with the customer, as well as different partners or publisher. So some of the smaller scale partner who actually focusing on services which SoftwareONE do not have, we're more than welcome to partner with them, because, you know, again, we always believe that one company cannot do everything, right? So we're very welcome to bring the partners in the picture, so that we can have a win-win situation and we have a broader coverage to our customer, because, you know, in SoftwareONE, customer is always first.
Okay. Thank you, Celia. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
So, not too sure whether Alex has some questions.
Yes. Celia, nice to meet you. And
nice to meet you.
I've heard from you before that today the topic is the priority of software. You have any new direction of software in Greater China you would like to share?
Yeah, I do prepare something about China. I understand that a lot of people, it's very anxious, or they are very interested about China, particularly because after all, they have like 1.4 billion population in China, right? But I am sure everybody has heard of some sort of China law or cybersecurity law or anything related to IT. There's a lot of changes in the past 3 years. So I would like to talk about, you know, a lot of customer, especially foreign customers, they are very anxious about the new changes in China region. And I would say there are, again, in my PowerPoint, I have actually highlight the 3 major laws that China has actually recently launched in the past 3 years. I guess everybody has to pay attention in this. We don't see it as a risk, because we see it as an opportunity, because a lot of foreign companies, they do not have any idea about cybersecurity law or personal information protection law and things like that. Every law that on the screen, right now. So we actually had formed a team of 5 people in China, and all of them either from a big 4 legal firm or they are actually from the auditor side. So we have a team particularly to cater all of these needs. Like, for example, if a customer would like to learn more whether they actually have vulnerability in terms of compliance trap or lawsuit, so they can come to us. We can provide them the advisory to evaluate whether they are actually in trouble or they have any risk to hit the law of cybersecurity or PIPO and things like that. So I guess this is the major potential that everybody has to pay attention at this moment.
This is, I think, for some of the partners that they may want to go to Greater China, they may have to be aware of this law that effective very recently.
Yeah.
Some of them I also didn't notice those. For our partners, is there any different strategy if they have heard of SoftwareONE before? Is there any difference from now and before that, how SoftwareONE would like to partner with them, especially given that this kind of new legislation framework is now effective?
So again, I understand that most of the customers do not have clear picture about the cloud strategies or cloud journey. So we always start with advisory, or we call it DNA, because discovery and assessment. So no matter which stage are they at in their cloud journey, we will provide different kind of advisory to our customer or partner, or even partner, because again, we have more than 20 years of experience in the China region already. So I guess we know better than anybody else. And the most important thing is a lot of non-Chinese based company, they do not have sufficient information about the China government, because they actually, as you know, keep changing like every day. So again, we hire a team of expertise to cater these laws or ever-changing policy. So a lot of partners will come to us and help them to evaluating themselves, or they will pass us the customer and we help them to do the advisory and things like that. And then we work together whenever we find any trap or any possible risk, and then we will work with the partners or the customer to address all these risk or trouble, and then we will start to develop afterwards. For example, if they want to go into China market, and then if they want to do, for example, migration, things like that, we will hand in hand work with the partner and then address the customer need.
Seems like since today, I hope that this live and videos can share with many IAMCP partners around the globe. I would like to know if you could share some case study or successful case that you help some partner to maybe get a customer or have a great project completed. Can you share with us some case studies?
Honestly, I have too much in my head, but I see a very good point to get into or we start collaboration. It's again, a lot of partner, they do not have existing experience or relationship with the existing customer. For example, we have a lot of global customer, or even within GCR, we have a lot of conglomerate customer. It is not easy for a partner to get into the supplier list, for example. So I see a lot of chances or opportunities to work together when they want to leverage our platform to get into that customer. And then again, we cannot do everything within SoftwareONE. We are always focused on cloud services only. So if you, for example, if you have anything in mind that you can extend our capabilities, we are more than welcome to work together and then we will use our existing relationship with the customer and help you to get into that particular conglomerate or big account. Or even we will, for example, if we get some project locally in GCR, but then we actually need some help other than GCR region, we always welcome to get some partner overseas, and we again help us to extend our offering to the customer in other region. So I guess this is the biggest entry point for one another.
I can hear that if the partner, they don't have any cloud offering, or if they do not have any relationship in China, then that would be great for them to partner with SoftwareONE. So from SoftwareONE point of view, what are the preferred partner that typically you are looking for? What is it the ISV, or what kind of partner you are looking for?
Because we don't want to be a transactional reseller anymore, but we have a lot of relationships with different publishers. So I would say I'm actually looking for ISV, for example, because I want to leverage our partner to deliver more skill set or more services to our customer. So anything related to cloud, around the cloud technology, for example, if we're helping our customer to do backup, for example, sometimes they don't want to back up in cloud only, but then they want to extend the cloud to somehow on-premises, thing like that. And then because we're not HardwareONE, we're SoftwareONE, so we don't sell hardware, for example. So in this case, we might work with a hardware vendor or a hardware partner to cater that part of business.
Okay, so I can think of some of my friends, they may be interested in with SoftwareONE.
Sure, welcome to introduce to me.
Just one more, not personal question, but it's more related to some of my friends. Usually people in even people in Hong Kong, or some software vendor in Hong Kong, they're usually concerned about the connectivity with China. They usually use Microsoft Azure in Hong Kong, but they are not so sure if they could do the same in China, because some of the legislation issue. Is that, if they have come up with some question, does that mean that they are already some potential partner with SoftwareONE?
Yeah, of course, definitely. But honestly, we have a lot of partner already to cater these sort of connectivity issues or legislative issue, because this is not new for the market already. It's been existing for more than 10 years. Right, so we have a very promising partner to cater these sort of connectivity issues.
But what if they would like to have because I think once they have this thing in mind, they may have some potential usage in China, or they have some potential expansion of their cloud offering, or especially if they are developing software. So what will be the journey of them to work with software, if it is possible?
So would you mind
if
to
they
explain?
have come up with some business expansion in mind, that they might want to offer their software in Greater China region. So I think they fall into the category of ISV. So if they really want to partner with SoftwareONE, what should be their next step? Should they just contact you and then you will have some arrangement, or they should have some preparation work they have to do first?
Okay, so yeah, this is my email address. So yeah, feel free to contact me, and then I will connect for you if there's any chances, or if I can think of anything, I can connect you guys with my team. And also you can follow our Facebook or LinkedIn fan page for details, because I regularly update over LinkedIn and Facebook for any information about SoftwareONE.
So I also have from you that you said there's also other partners offering some cloud service, or some you can see in the market there are also many cloud players. So are you going to compete with them or co-op with them? I heard from you that you may want to co-op with them because you can refer some of the specialties. So what is the positioning of SoftwareONE in Greater China or in cloud offering?
If you say Greater China, because we the three regions are actually solely owned by SoftwareONE, where unlike other so-called global partner, I understand that a lot of global reseller or partner, they actually partnering with China presence company instead of they wholly own the company. But in SoftwareONE, we actually 100% owned by our headquarters SoftwareONE in Switzerland. So first of all, this is one of the key differentiator between us. And secondly, we actually, again, we are a global partner for the biggest cloud service provider, whereas some of the partner or competitor is actually focusing on only one single service provider. So we actually have expertise to cater the multi-cloud strategies instead of focusing on only one single vendor. And then we also provide management tools to our customer to manage the cloud investment. Which is very unique to the market because, again, when you move to cloud, doesn't mean that you don't have to cater any licensing or access management issue, because just because you move to cloud, you actually have more, I would say, high risk to expose to, for example, audit issue or compliance issue. So if you not understand about the licensing clearly or the SaaS model clearly, so you are very easy to get into trouble around audit and compliance requirements. So I would say we are really understand the business, especially around cloud. So as you know, a lot of customers is actually moving to cloud already, more or less. So this is the time for them to take a look at it and understand it better before you start the journey.
Okay, I think I have asked the most of the question. Maybe I pass the time to Aaron.
Yeah, thank you so much. Actually, I have quite a number of questions, but I do believe that time may not be sufficient enough. So give me a few minutes to talk to ask you the question. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I do believe that most IT company have faced a very difficult time to recruit a very good staff or recruit a tenant or something like that. No matter talk about the sales, pre-sales, technical delivery, very difficult to retain them or recruit them. Do you have the similar situation in SoftwareONE, or is there anything? Yeah, definitely. Maybe I give you some time to try to share your views. So that's why maybe there is some of the good guy. He or she really want to work for SoftwareONE. Can you tell us a little bit about it?
Yeah. Honestly, we keep expanding our companies anywhere across the globe. Again, we have 150 offices around the world, and each single office are hiring, honestly. And it is very difficult to retain people, especially around GCR, because I think our market, especially in China, it's skyrocket, I would say. So people is actually fighting, different companies are fighting with each other to fight for good people. No matter we're fighting with our customer or we're fighting with our competitors. So, and also there's a lot of new things in IT industry. So that's why we don't have sufficient human resources within our horizon. So I think it is getting more and more difficult to hire the right people. And but I believe that SoftwareONE is actually providing a very good platform for any new hires or any potential candidate, because first of all, we are a truly global company. We have a very good systematic platform or procedures to our even new hires to understand better about IT, and we have a good training platform to our for our new hire as well as existing employees, and we have a very good I would say human resources program to retain these people. And if you don't mind, you can check out our SoftwareONE Hong Kong LinkedIn or Facebook fan page. We just launched one of the series of our video talk about SoftwareONE Hong Kong particularly. So a lot of we receive a lot of feedback, good feedback, of course, positive feedback about, you know, SoftwareONE is actually a good place to work. You know, so you can see the real SoftwareONE atmosphere or the vibe from our video.
Yeah, thank you. Because a lot of my friends joined SoftwareONE. They told me that it's a really, really great company. Thank you so much. And then another question is, they're still talking about, it's related to the new way, because as you know that for the past few years, we are always talking about the citizen development. It means that the staff in the organization, they have some kind of training and then use the so-called popular platform to build the application by themselves instead of the so-called work with the external party to deliver the solution. So this kind of the so-called trend, and it seems that it's quite successful, especially because of the RPA. It seems that it's easy to automate the tasks of individual person or something like that. So do you have any kind of the so-called arrangement or the offer to help your existing customer to make use of this kind of the approach to relieve the so-called shortage of the IT professional or whatever kind of things?
Yeah, yes, we do. I just mentioned about the data analytic parts. We actually have a team of 2,000 people sitting in our South American countries, and then they're actually a developer. As I said, we hire 2,000 people, but 1,989 people are actually developer. So they're helping our customer to develop application, for example, to cater their needs. And then we also partnering with the two biggest RPA publisher in the world. So we actually helping them to bring up their employees, or if they don't have any resources, then they can hire us as developer to develop application like this.
Okay, thank you. So actually, I have the two more questions only. Okay, thank you for your patience to listen to my question.
No worries.
So yes, because as you know that before that, SoftwareONE's most ideas talk about transact the software license to help the customer to manage the licensing issue. But nowadays your spectrum is a little bit different. So that's why maybe your previous partner, it seems that there is some kind of the so-called competition because you are too big. Okay, you have all those the service, consulting, whatever kind of like insourcing, everything. You have everything. So that's why. How can your previous partner? What is the feedback from them to see whether Celia, is there any room for us to work with you as before?
Of course, there are a lot.
Yeah, because I'm a little bit conservative, so that's why I want to ask this question. Okay, any kind of arrangement? So that's why your previous partner still working very happy with you, and of course you're recruiting the new partner because of the new technology and something like that.
Well, honestly, we still have a lot of good partner, very closely working with us, because again, we cannot do everything within SoftwareONE. It seems like we're actually doing everything, but no, we're not, because leveraging our partner is the key to provide every single customer that they need, right? So it feels like SoftwareONE is doing everything, but actually a lot of a close partner, ISV partner, is working behind our back. For example, nobody will come to SoftwareONE to buy hardware, for example, or firewall, for example. They will come to us to buy a virtual firewall, but not a physical firewall, which is sitting in on premises. So in this case, we always work with our partner to do things like that. Right. Okay. Yeah. So we do have some capabilities that we're still missing, and we need a partner to help us to cater these kind of offering.
Okay, thank you so much. Okay, the last question actually come from my friend,
Okay.
because he more focused in the GBA, the Southern China. So I understand that SoftwareONE should be covered mainly in the Shanghai, Beijing. It's a little bit different, okay? I'm not sure because I'm not work from SoftwareONE. So that's why actually your priority or maybe the strategy is cover the GBA. Is any special arrangement for the GBA? As you know that the Hong Kong government always promote the GBA, and a lot of people try to get into this market because there's 70 millions of the people and blah, 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 all those things. Okay. Can you tell me a little bit about this one?
Very good question, Aaron. Actually, SoftwareONE China has 6 offices in China already. So I guess your information it's getting from like 10 years ago. But a very good question, because SoftwareONE China is actually expanding their Guangzhou office this year. Just because of the Greater Bay area. So we are actually expanding our Guangzhou office this year. But again, let me explain more about the China businesses. Yes, you're right. We have a major or headquarters China's office in Shanghai, where we have more than 100 people sitting in our Shanghai office. But we are building our China or Greater China delivery center in somewhere in Sichuan this year. So we're actually targeting to have around 500 to 600 engineers sitting in our Sichuan's office and the rest of the year. So other than Sichuan delivery center, we have 5 sales office. As I mentioned earlier, Shanghai is the major office as a headquarters in China, and then we have Beijing, Guangzhou, Shenyang, and Dalian. So we pretty much cover everywhere in China already, and we're also focusing on catering the GBA area from Guangzhou's office. So we still keep hiring a lot of expertise or good people in our Guangzhou's office, and maybe I have to go to Guangzhou's office to help them to set up or expand their business later on. So maybe you will see me in GBA very soon.
Okay, thank you so much. So I will relay your message to my friends. So maybe after this event, there's more than 100 people will approach you.
Send me CV, right?
I send you the CV and all those things.
Okay.
So maybe that's all for my question. Actually, I really have lots of question, but I do believe that there is another so-called offline conversation with you. Okay.
Sure.
So thank you so much for Celia. So maybe I pass the time to Joseph to have a closing remark. Joseph, may I pass the time to you?
Hi, Aaron. Thanks. Hi, Celia. Thank you once again for your sharing today. I think it's a great learning thing that we know more about SoftwareONE and your operations in Greater China as well. And as we are based in Malaysia and CK, we do want to look forward as well to explore further opportunity that we may embark on together with SoftwareONE. As I think in this APAC region itself, I think cloud has been a really major impact to a lot of business, especially in moving forward to digital transformation. I think this is a bigger trend and the big picture in moving forward. And I believe for myself and CK, we also have encountered a lot of such an opportunity that actually needed such a backup, a bigger partners like SoftwareONE as well. So I think that there is a lot of rooms for us to collaborate together with your end as well. So I think we will definitely be keeping very close in touch as well, okay, with your end, and hopefully we can reach out to your Malaysia counterpart as well for more opportunity together. And I think last but not least, we thank you, and we really look forward, for more of this kind of sharing and knowing from your end of your progress, not only in the greater China area as well, but I think since SoftwareONE is a global conglomerate, you have a lot of, I think, area that we can learn from you guys. And definitely as an IT operator per se, we needed this kind of information for us to know who can we reach out to, and maybe we have the counterparts that would like kind of partnership that SoftwareONE is offering right now. So I'm really glad to hear a lot about it today. So just to say thank you, Celia, keep in touch, and thank you, Erin. I'd like to have back to you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Joseph, and then thank you again for Celia, because today we got to know a little bit more about SoftwareONE, just a little bit, because I do believe there's a lot of the great stuff in SoftwareONE, especially for the past few years. You are graduating all of the company, so that's why there's always a chances to work with you together to try to reach the 65,000 global MNC customer together. So also, I really want to thank you, Keith, and also CK, Joseph, and Alex to work together to make this event happen today. So maybe we can see you very soon in the coming day. Thank you so much, everybody. Okay, goodbye. Have a nice day.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Everyone, bye, Celia.
Bye.
Bye,
Bye.
Celia.
Bye-bye.